Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read through for Marriage Toxin chapter 72 onward. Don't know how many we're going to do this time around, 3 to 5, but I was told ahead of time that this arc ends at chapter 76, so with that in mind, if I do 5, I could end this arc. So I'll try to shoot for 5 unless they're really long. I'll try to go for 5 and then finish out this arc. Then after that we're pretty close to caught up. We might be on the most recent arc after that. So I'll maybe just try to do like 3 a week. I don't know. I don't want to get caught up too soon because if I get caught up, that means I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Do I do 1 chapter every single week and just wait for that 1 chapter? Will I have enough to discuss if I do things that way? Will that be the most efficient use of my time when it comes to balancing Marriage Toxin with all of these other things that I love and all of these other things I want to read? Do I go on hiatus and let it get a bit ahead again? I really don't want to do that because Marriage Toxin is probably my favorite manga at the moment. I am truly loving this, and it's a shame because it's the least popular probably of all the ones I'm reading right now, despite the fact that I love it so much. It is probably my favorite right now. So I don't want to take a hiatus unless I absolutely have to. I do not want to take a break. So I don't know. It's going to be hard enough waiting 3 weeks for 3 chapters to come out. Do I do that? Do I do 1 chapter every single week? I don't know what I do yet. So I don't want to catch up too soon. We'll just do like 3 chapters a week unless I can't stop myself from reading once we finish out this read through. But I guess that's it. I guess let's finish out this Himi arc. I've really been enjoying it. I like her as a character. How would she rank among the others? I don't know. Like, of course, I always say I'd put Kinosaki at the top. Once we get caught up, maybe I'll do a character ranking or something. But it's like I always say I'd put Kinosaki at the top if that were a potential option if I were Ghetto. It kind of defeats the point a little bit of the reason he needs to find a wife. But other than Kinosaki, I still feel like, to me, Arashiyama has my favorite balance of character, like who she is, and design. And I feel like I would also, because she really, truly, genuinely likes Ghetto, so I would feel the worst if Arashiyama were to get sidelined for anybody else. I would feel the worst for her as a person. Akakura, though, I think Akakura is also attractive, and I think that she most fits Ghetto as a character. I think that she is the, best choice for him as a character. I also, even though I feel like a lot of people would think that personality-wise and visuals that they might think she's kind of plain, I really do like Ureshino. I like Ureshino a lot. I like Himi's design a lot, and Himi's character is very good, but if I were to put myself in Ghetto's position in that sense, Himi might be a bit much for me. She is like, she wants much more out of a guy than I feel like I can give. I'm like, okay, that might be a bit much. I am not the angsty, edgy boyfriend, so I cannot provide that. And then Himikawa, it's sad. Himikawa's arc was the first one we got, and it was the shortest, so I feel like by now, and she hasn't really recurred even as much as Ureshino, so I feel like I just got the least out of her because she was right at the beginning with a shorter arc. So I think we maybe need more Himikawa for me to hold her to the same levels and everything. And then Ushio wasn't really treated as much of a potential romance option, but Ushio I think is great. And Byakko I think is amazing, but very much was not treated as a potential person to end up with Ghetto. Either way though, intro aside, let's start reading chapter 72 to start things out. And we start out with the wedding chapel. I'm sorry, Makoto, a bride filled with indignity and resignation walking down the aisle to hell. If I'd only listened to you before it was too late. And I love the way they did her father's character and that whole subplot. It was so good. That doesn't matter anymore. As long as you're fine, Papa. That's all. And I've still just been laughing, giggling to myself about Jack the Upper even now, even though it's been 2 weeks since I read that part. We have to go now. And we have all these people probably controlled. The hollow smiles from them all. And then the stained glass Himi. I love the artistry in Marriage Toxin. I feel as though the only thing separating Marriage Toxin from being like Chainsaw Man levels of direction, artistry, I think it's really kind of there. The thing that's separating it, personally, I prefer Marriage Toxin's art style, but a lot of these big panels that look really gorgeous and have a really nice shot are just covered in sound effects. Without the sound effects, I feel like Marriage Toxin would maybe be one of the most gorgeous reads and creative in terms of its visuals. So how are you feeling, my bride? How does it feel knowing that you're about to get married to this absolute scumbag? Must be devastating. He must really be into this self-deprecation stuff, because he really keeps going at it. She looks pissed. Oh yes, that's it. That's the look. So good. Okay, so actually, maybe yes. Right then. We're gathered here today to witness and celebrate the union of Mr. Heiwajima Takeo and Miss Himi Makoto. I don't think I can keep going. This is too much trouble. He's just evolving into muttering. I really like Sakazuki as well. Let's just skip to the end. You may now kiss the bride. Huh? Quick as always. Nice, Sakazuki-kun. He grabs her. Oh, wait, no, not yet. I'm not ready. I guess you haven't quite grasped the situation yet. You can't refuse anymore. I already own you. You're now the full property of this piece of trash. And he goes in for the kiss 30 minutes earlier. And we have, so Naruko showing up. I love this. I love roping in characters we've already had, but like roping in previous arc villains. First we roped in Ushio, then we roped in Naruko. I guess 2 arcs from now we'll have the Kazuma team up with Geto. Let's go. Let us proceed according to plan. Or I guess, so that was like first arc opponent and then second arc opponent. So actually, would it be a Toshiro team up? And then let's go. Let us proceed according to plan. The gate's heavily guarded. Leave it to me. And then we have whispering in all their ears. Seems like we got an intruder over there. The other guards might need backup. Come on. He used his sound user abilities to feed the enemy false info and distract them. A security system? That looks dangerous. Electricity, huh? Leave it to me. He plays a note on the violin. He broke the devices using sound waves. I love him still looking back as he runs. The door's locked. Leave it to me. And he whistles. He picked the lock using vibrations? Wait, isn't Naruto just doing everything by himself here? What about me? Isn't this guy too good at everything? He opens the doors. Oh? And we actually have Sakazuki as the one interrupting the kiss. What the? Sakazuki, what are you? And he holds up the glove to block some needles. Oh, so that's what it was. And I still love Naruto carrying the entire, like, piano case. Hey, Himi, we're here to crash this sham wedding down to the ground. More hassle, and he puts on the boxing glove. Go home. Man, some of these shots are good. Why'd you even come? Are you stupid? I've already made my decision. It's true that I absolutely hate that guy's guts, but sometimes people have no choice in marriage. Just you try ruining my wedding. I'll never forgive you. You heard the bride. Now then, please leave. Or perhaps you'd like to stay and watch instead. Would you like to personally witness our union, sealed with a kiss? And then some of the random puppet people grab onto her. Yes, that's the face I want to see. How utterly delectable. And we have... Is that him preparing a bath like he did before in the forest? Hey, Himi. Do you remember what you said when we were on that bridge? We get only one chance at life. I want to live freely and do exactly as I like. I've also had to deal with the nagging and demands imposed by my family, but I chose to ignore it all and try to find a wife on my own terms. I almost died multiple times along the way. But that doesn't matter anymore. I made my choice. And because of that, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I got to meet you, Ureshino, Naruko, and many other wonderful people. I don't regret my decision. We just have him splashing in the bath. That's what I was getting distracted by. What about you, Himi? Is this really what you want, or is this what you really want? Are you sure you won't regret this? No, this isn't what my soul wants at all. Help me. And we have a help me moment. We have needles flying in and blocked by Sakazuki's glove again. The ruin a wedding plan comes with a full course of poison and a hot bath to boot. Enjoy. Too fast. Don't worry, Himi. He puts the mask on. We've got this hella covered. Just leave it all to us. I love Marriage Toxin. This is so good. Oh my god, I love Noriko. Okay, this is amazing. I can't wait to see how this goes, actually, because I feel like we've seen Geto fighting at a disadvantage plenty, but it's interesting to have he and Naruko, two ability users, 2-on-1 against an ability user. I guess technically he was outnumbering Toshiro, but everybody else was kind of taken down before he started 1v1ing Toshiro. But it's interesting having him and Naruko like outnumber Sakazuki here, because it feels like we haven't really seen that in Marriage Toxin. But either way, I'm excited to read more, so let's go ahead and read more. We're on now to 73, and I might have forgotten to say this at the beginning of the video. If I forgot to say it at the beginning of the video, I'm just keeping Volume 8's cover up here, since I can't show the manga, obviously. I'm just keeping that up here because there is no Volume 9 yet, so I'm keeping Volume 8's cover up until we get a Volume 9 cover. But yeah. I don't know if I'm allowed to use anything else other than the covers. I don't even know if they'll get mad over the covers themselves. There have been some really questionable things that have happened in the past to YouTubers showing stuff from Shueisha. So I don't even know if I would get in trouble for the volume covers, but I shouldn't. I very much shouldn't. So either way, let's read. I just didn't know if I forgot to say that at the beginning of the video. Poison in a bath on the wedding aisle, surrounded by crazed guests all around. And I guess that maybe makes sense. They aren't really, I mean, they're outnumbering Sakazuki, but we have Naruko here to deal with, like, all of the random minions. Only 2 enemies. Crush them. And everybody starts attacking. I love this shot. Naruko and Geto look back to each other, and then Geto rushes through, taking a few out on his way to the altar? Yeah, altar. I'm leaving the rest to you, Naruko. He busts out a microphone and an amp. A speaker and mic in response to this attack. Sound waves. Mental interference? Wait, is he planning to overwrite my brainwashing? I won't let him. I can guard against the sound attack, and he has them all cover their ears. A hella pinch. And I fucking love Marriage Toxin. Can be a hella chance. He swings the amp around to freaking clobber them. I love it because it reminds me of the panel where he pulls out the violin and Geto's like, a sound attack, and he just throws the violin at him. It's this again. This is so good. This moment's amazing. Again, it would just be the most incredible thing ever if, like, I feel like the chances aren't that high, but if there was any way we could get a Chainsaw Man Jujutsu Kaisen type of anime adaptation for Marriage Toxin, it would just be so good. And now, what? The sound was just a diversion. Why are you surprised now, Geto? Ow, Sakazuki-san, that really hurt, you know. Look, I even lost a tooth. Does this remind you of anything, Makoto-chan? Do you now remember why I'm so obsessed with you? Are we gonna get a backstory? Excuse me? It all started with boredom. My honorable and esteemed Papa-sama, my Papa-sama, was a wonderful member of the Diet, just as my grandfather had been. I was surrounded by adults who did nothing but curry favor with us. Since birth I had everyone and everything in the palm of my hand. By the time I entered grade school, I was bored of everything in this world. I was constantly cold and disinterested, and it didn't take long until a misfit like me attracted that kind of attention. And then we have bullying. Truth be told, I couldn't care less about those kids. All they knew was how to smear mud at others and nothing else. My honorable Papa-sama, though, was having none of it. Using his power and influence, he rounded up not only the bullies, but also their entire families, including parents and grandparents. He made them all kneel before us, for forgiveness. It was then that I saw how their faces twisted along with their broken wills. Watching those faces was pure ecstasy. It was the first time I'd ever felt such pleasure. So again, what he likes isn't them being completely will broken. It's them, still not wanting to do something but going against their own will and seeing him as a crappy person. I wanted more of it. More. So I got bullied on purpose, and each time I looked forward to my revenge. That was until I entered high school and met her. Hyoke, he was so annoying. Hey, why do you do that? I lost a tooth. What do you get out of choosing to become a victim? Are you a pervert or something? Well, whatever floats your boat, I guess. That girl mocked the one pleasure I looked forward to in this world. How dare she? No way I was letting her off for that. So I came up with an elaborate plan for my revenge. One by one, I removed everything and everyone in my way, until I finally made contact with her father. I convinced him to offer his daughter to me. That girl would now have to spend the rest of her days with a scumbag like me. She would be a prisoner her entire life. That was my revenge. Do you remember now? That girl was... I would love if she was like, don't recall. That girl was you. You were the one who dared to take away my one and only glorious pleasure. Are you finally regretting your words? It's too late. Or too bad it's too late. I'm really sorry, but I don't remember you at all. I didn't even know we went to the same school. I love this. That's so good. That's so good. He, twisted his entire life around to get revenge on her, and she doesn't even know who he is. But if I hurt you in any way, then I apologize. Ha! And now we have... Sakazuki. Sorry. I was taking it serious. So I was like, oh, Sakazuki seems like he's using her father as a shield against Geto. And then I see in the background Naruko just spin to winning the amp. Meanwhile, we have the hunched back Heiwajima. Huh? A pain. This is all such a pain. Sakazuki's muttering to himself. Marriage-Toxin is so good. Geto-san, can you maybe settle this chaos? Because if you don't, I'm gonna have to cripple this man. And then we have the quick save from Geto. Come again? If I don't, then what? And Sakazuki looks shocked. Ghost user Sakazuki. Sure, you may have enhanced your physical abilities, but you're still human. Run. I've already figured your secret out. All I have to do is avoid anything suspicious that you try to stick on me. The same trick won't work on me twice, not after I've immersed myself in Naruko's Hellenosy style. And then he tears open the robe to reveal a bunch of brooches and a necklace. What? Don't tell me he... And he takes it off. He's been Rock Lee waiting himself. He's been debuffing himself this entire time. Did he have debuffs on him this entire time? Exactly what I said. Too bad. It really is too bad. I honestly thought I could catch you by surprise and kill you on the first try. Spiritual suppression training, 87% unleashed. Caught off guard by a sudden reversal. I love MARRIAGETOXIN. This is the best manga. Holy crap. That was amazing. That was so good. And that was all one chapter. I mean, of course I read 72 before this, but that was so much that happened in 73, right? So much just happened. I love this. The character stuff, the fun, the absolute fun, the gorgeous visuals. This is straight up the best manga to me right now. I loved that. Oh my god. Let's go to 74. That was incredible. Now on to 74 with entering the final round. And he starts going in for physical attacks against Geto. Ghost user Sakazuki. How does he have such superhuman strength? Not only that, to me just one gem felt like getting subjected to 3,000 torments. He had a whole bunch of those on him, yet there was no hint of a struggle on his face. He's a monster. Jack the Upper. Ghosts are, in essence, the materialization of any killing intent left behind by the dead. So I guess that's why he specifically uses murderers and suicides, because they all died with some level of killing intent. As a matter of convenience, I tend to call myself a ghost user, but I'm basically just a casual specialist who happens to have a knack for taming this killing intent. Under normal circumstances, even if I had this power from the dead to draw on, I really should be no match for the true hardcore specialists from the top 5 families. And we see Toshiro Tonako, I think is her name, and then Geto's father? I think that's his father. I know Teruaki called him teacher. So why does this game feel too easy? Geto. Oh, now I see. That's what's going on here. This search for a wife has made you weak. And it's crazy how many people have said that about Geto at this point. Yet, they keep saying that, yet all we've seen is Geto getting stronger and stronger. You're hesitant, reluctant to fully embrace your own murderous intent. Well, that's good news for me. I'll pull out all the stops and end you right here. Spiritual suppression training 100% unleashed. What the? Further physical enhancement? You may have buffed up, but all your vitals are exposed for the taking. But Geto isn't able to pierce through his neck with a shoe knife. He broke the blade with nothing but muscle. Then let's go with some poison gas. And then we still have him just attacking. You gotta be kidding, he blew it all away with just his punches. He's able to land a direct hit. Finally, a direct hit. It's game over for you. Sends him flying back. But we have this ghost behind him. And then, I was the one who was haunting you. I'm the mere vestiges of a nameless nobody. Back when I was living, I had it all wrong. I believed that dying with the man I wasn't fated to be with was the path that would lead me to happiness. Dying with the man I wasn't fated to be with was the path that would lead me to happiness. In truth, what awaited me at the end of that path was an unfulfillable darkness of never-ending agony. But the mere few hours I spent with you quenched the thirst that haunted me, and we have all of his relaxation. Allow me to thank you, Hikaru Geto. And then, is he getting the ghost buff? Huh? And now, we have powered up Geto. That ghost was the one I sent to debuff Geto. Did her killing intent transform into compassion, turning her into a guardian spirit? Changing the rules along with the ghost's affinity? That can't be. I've never heard of such a cheat. No, I'll crush him. My pride is on the line. You've all been imprisoned for a long time, haven't you? Why not come with me? We can crush the ghost user together, and all the people that have been held captive now. What's with this shitty game? I've never seen this many ghosts playing co-op with someone from the world of the living, and they're all giving Geto their power. But I should still have the higher stats. Oh, now it makes sense. Your search for a wife. The raid battle of rebellion, and the winner is Geto, has made you popular with the spirits. And he lands a kick. But again, it says the winner is Geto, but I don't know if it's going to be the end quite yet. We'll have to see. Okay. Like I said, I will do 2 more, just because I really want to see the end of this arc. The end of arc stuff is always amazing. I love the character stuff so far, and we're not even at that point yet. But I thought this was fun. I liked it. I feel like if there's anybody out there who's taking Marriage Toxin too seriously, they're probably not going to like that Geto won the fight by just randomly the ghosts being like, yeah, screw this guy, we're helping him. But to me, again, I don't take the fighting too... Like, the fighting's very, very good and very, very fun. I like it in the sense that it is fun to read, but I don't take it too seriously. Like, the fighting in Marriage Toxin is not something that I put a lot of stock in it being realistic or anything. But I guess also the way that Naruko was defeated, if I remember correctly, was not the... Sorry, hiccup. Not the same, obviously, but was kind of a similar, just nonsensical kind of ending. So I had fun with it. I thought it was really fun. I thought the character stuff was really good. And, you know, let's keep reading. Chapter 75, Accepting the Spirit's Feelings with All His Heart. And then we have this good shot of him in front of the altar in the middle of the aisle now. I can't see ghosts, but to all of you, thank you for lending me your power. I really appreciate it. And then a tear falls from her eye as she dissipates. Man, she could have been the wife. You washed away the root of their malice and allowed them to rest in peace. You did a hella good job. You too, Naruto. No clue what you just said. And then everyone starts coming to their senses in the background. The wound is creaking on Sakazuki, and he pulls out hedge clippers. That hurt. That really hurt. The ghost user, he's still... I give up. My muscles are at their limit, and he starts deflating. He's deflating. Huh? He's telling the truth. I'm too tired for any more fighting, so I'm just gonna go die. Gotta abide by the underworld etiquette anyway. And he tries to take himself out. Wait, ghost user. It's fine. The checks have been done. No need for you to die. This is the kind of man, capable of transforming evil ghosts into guardian spirits. The man who will become the next head of the Poison Clan. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I love how we kind of set up for every villain of every arc to, like, flip around and work with Hikaru in the future. Like, what? We have Toshiro, who was kind of betrayed by the beast users after everything he did. Then after that was Kazuma, who was never really a bad guy. And now we have the potential, like, if Naruto can return and be cool, then so can Sakazuki. What, are you crazy? You can't just turn your back on this battle. You're aware of my esteemed Papa-sama's power and influence, aren't you? I'm telling on you, you won't get away with this. I'm truly grateful to your esteemed father, the Honorable Diet Member Heiwajima-sama. I got to skim the cream and reap the sweet benefits of being in his employ to my heart's content. However, the time of reckoning has come. For people like you in the public eye, getting your cheating exposed means getting stripped of everything. And he's pissed. Well then, if you'll excuse me, I have a backlog of games to catch up on. Huh? Expose what? With what evidence? And then Geto's phone is ringing. Geto-kun, everything went off without a hitch. And his father's being arrested. We have Kinosaki. The media's here. Breaking news. National Diet member Heiwajima Gozo has been arrested on charges of blackmail and bribery. He appears to have engaged in illegal deals throughout his over 20 years in office. My esteemed Papa-sama! I got a hold of voice recordings and ledgers of their backdoor dealings through Himi's dad, which I then leaked through some public connections. Great job, Kinosaki. Ehe. It seems like he was already under suspicion for corruption this whole time, and the evidence we provided was just the final nail in the coffin. A warrant should be out for his son over there, too. No, that can't be. You couldn't have. After all, my father and I won't be the only ones implicated here. That evidence will get you arrested along with us. Fine by me. Not only did I dirty my hands with illegal backdoor dealings, I also treated my own daughter terribly. I want to properly atone for my mistakes. And then, why are you all ganging up on me like this? There may not be a single good thing about me. I may be an absolute scumbag, but even a piece of trash like me deserves a chance at happiness, don't I? Stop, says Himi. You really need to stop deprecating yourself like that. There's definitely something wrong with you, but that doesn't mean you're absolute trash. Why not start seeing yourself in that light? The truth's that I never really wanted to take revenge on you. You were the first person to ever approach me with genuine honesty. Since then, I'm sorry for everything I put you through. I don't expect you to forgive me, but at least allow me to say this. I love you. Please go out with me. There's no way I'd ever date you, right? And then destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. Let's go turn ourselves in together. Makoto, I'm really sorry you had to put up with me as your father. Papa, I'll be waiting for you. And, Hiwajima, good luck. And they're crying as they leave. Himi, stop right there. I'm not falling for your tricks. I love this chibi Himi. Good tricks? You always swoop in at the last moment, show off, and win over all the ladies. Am I wrong? But, well, how should I put this? Oh, crap. I was so tense this entire time. And now my legs... And he catches her. In a big romantic 2-page spread. That was a close one. Be careful, okay? She blushes. Matter hella settled. she's chopping him as we have Naruko settling the bell. A happy ending with some hella great staging. That was so fun. And we get one more to finish this out, to see the end of chapter stuff, or end of arc stuff, I should say. But I love this. This was so fun. Naruko was a great addition to this. I love bringing back Ureshino, even though we didn't see her a lot. I didn't really expect her to take too much attention since this is Himi's arc. I loved Himi. I really like Sakazuki and Heiwajima and Himi's father. I think the way all of their characters were handled was actually just really fun, really good. So yeah, I loved this arc. This arc was really great. One more chapter though. Let's see what happens. Chapter 76. The wedding mayhem is over. Gero and Himi are now out together. But where could they be going? And just checking to make sure everything looks good for you. Okay. And then, according to the official statement of Heiwajima Gozo's eldest son and chief secretary Heiwajima Takeo. And then, I like both of their outfits. You want my help? Yeah, Himinchu's saying that she wants you to go somewhere with her. Gah. And I love the Nia in the background from Kinosaki. She hates me, doesn't she? And he remembers getting slapped by her at the end there. I warned you, get the wrong idea and it's a chop for you. Well, I don't mind accompanying her, but what could she need me for? Where on earth are we going? And we still just have the lurking Kinosaki. And to top it off, Kinosaki's just watching from afar this time. Gero-kun, this is an important exercise in understanding women's feelings, okay? How am I supposed to act here? Hey, creepy bastard. Gah! The venue's downstairs. And they go down to this club where a band's playing. Shirts, towels, and stickers. In this world, what matters most is sales, merch sales. Buy the sling bag. This is music? Isn't that Naruko? He's playing the giantest ass, I guess, bass? Cello? I think it's a bass. It's just massive. The band life is a journey through worldly temptations. Nulke, big instrument. I give more MC. High King, DJ. And then the band life is a journey through worldly temptations. Band name, Bourgeoisie. And then our music is great, but buying our merch is even better. Buy our merch over our CDs any day. Merch makes better money by far and away. It's so loud, and this crowd's making me restless. I don't understand. What's so fun about this? We are bougie. We are bougie. Have Himi getting into it. Himi, we are bougie, 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 bourgeoisie. She looks so happy. Z. And then, like this, she smiles. You're doing it wrong. Here, let me show you. Gah. That was my first time going. Fucking. This is such a good gag. That's so fucking good. To have him like, wow, I'm tearing up. That is so funny. To have them singing about merch sales and everything, him like, wow, I've never gone to a concert before, and the hard cut to them afterward with him just covered in merch is incredible. This is the best manga that Jump or Jump Plus has put out, I think maybe ever. Oh my god. That was my first time going to a place like that outside of work. I had a lot of fun. I'm tearing up. It's nothing special. I just happened to have some extra tickets on hand, that's all. What to talk about? Oh yeah, Naruto was in that band. By the way, I think I saw... never mind me, go ahead. What were you gonna say? Sorry, I'll be right back. And she calls someone. Himinchu, is something the matter? Ureshi nonchu, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I might be interested in Ghetto too. And then she's concerned. I'm sorry, I've put you in a tough spot by saying this, huh? Himinchu, please, again, just harem root. You know, I've seen you meek and I've seen you feisty. There's so many different sides to you and I think that's really lovely. But I would never want to see you hiding your true feelings from me. She tears up. So thank you. I'm glad you chose to tell me how you really feel. And again, that's really, really important too for like what we learned at the very beginning of Himi's character. Because this way, we can always keep on being friends. That's what I think. Himinchu, is everything okay? Yeah, Ureshi nonchu, I really can't win against you, huh? What? What does that mean? Anyway, that's all. See you tomorrow. Okay. Geto-san really is something, huh? He even managed to win Himinchu's heart. Well, I gotta keep working hard. Listen here, you creepy bastard. I don't want you getting the wrong idea, but I gotta say this properly to stay true to my soul. Thank you. And again, we have really great panels of them both. That and I have a really big favor to ask. Himi, what favor could be so big? And then they're just doing the pose together, with Kinosaki still in the background. Friends 6. True feeling straight from her soul. There's no getting the wrong idea about this. What a great arc. As much as I loved the Arashiyama arc, that one's close to maybe being my new favorite. That arc was so good. The fights were fun. The characters were great. I think this might have the best set of arc characters. I think the fights and the overall setup for the Arashiyama arc was better, but I think this has like the best arc characters. They were so well done. And the comedy was incredible. The comedy was so incredibly good. I also think maybe the romance was better in some of the other arcs, but again, it was still very good here. I loved this. Thank you so much for sticking through it with me. I absolutely adored it. And from here on, I don't know what we're gonna get into, so I'll maybe just try to do 3-ish chapters, keep it kind of shortish for the next few until we catch up. But thank you. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this week's 5 chapters, my thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more Marriage Talks and much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you'd like to. If you'd like a link to the Discord server to talk there, it's free and open for anyone. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can drop a super thanks if you want to. Or if you want not just to support the channel, to help me to keep making videos, but to also get One Piece videos early, to get a shout out at the end of every single video. I need to probably check and update this because I haven't in like maybe a week-ish. But thank you to, hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes to become a patron. Thank you to people who are patrons and members. Thank you to Chosen Regular Evan, Holly, Magical Girls, FR Nono, and Abyss Knight, Cherryton students, David Langstaff and Folded Ghoul, Slayer candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Element Pate Ardialo. Thank you all so much for all your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.